right, everyone. Good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Jordan Killebrew, Director of Communications with the Santa Barbara Foundation. I am not the MC. I get to introduce our lovely MC, which is Steve Lavagnino, who is our 5th County District Supervisor. Everybody, give him a hand of applause.
So Jordan told me not to move the mic, so. Welcome to Celebrate Philanthropy Luncheon at the beautiful Santa Maria Country Club. Look at this, yeah. And it's so cool that John Will is here today because this area right here, if he was on the golf course, we would be in the line of fire on the 18th, so it's a good thing. But I'm your host for this COVID-19 hybrid event. We're doing this live out here. I think this is pretty cool. I don't know how many of you walked into the country club like me and thought, uh-oh, I'm in the wrong place or the wrong day, but we're here outdoors. It's beautiful. And we're doing a hybrid event, meaning it's also live on YouTube and a few other platforms that, since I'm too old, I don't know what they are, but just consider this a hybrid event. But before we start, I think it's important today that we recognize and remember the true host and MC of this event for so many years, Mr. Ed Murray. So let's all give... Kind of tried to wear a little color combination that would make Ed happy. So I did have a pink jacket I was going to wear, but I have to go to work later, so I didn't know if that was going to work. I want to thank all of our sponsors for making today's lunch possible. And if you could all give an especially warm Santa Maria welcome to our organizing sponsor, the Santa Barbara Foundation. So celebrate philanthropy. Right? So what is philanthropy? Well, I went to Catholic school and, you always had to break down words. And so philanthropy comes from the Greek, and I think it's important to break it down. So you've got Phil, right? And that's the guy in Greece that came up with the word. You just throw that out. That doesn't mean anything. And then you got ant, and they work together. Ants work together. And then trophy, that's what people are going to be getting together today for working together. So that's what philanthropy really means. I don't know if you knew that. I read that on Wikipedia today, so I'm pretty sure it's true. But actually, the real meaning of philanthropy, its literal meaning is the love of mankind. And few communities embody the true spirit of philanthropy quite like the Santa Maria Valley. Whether people give their time, talent, or treasure, many of our residents go above and beyond to help others and to strengthen our community. Celebrate Philanthropy was created not only to honor these outstanding role models, but also to share their stories and inspire the rest of us. Do you know that our county hosts over 1,900 nonprofits? That's hard to believe. Each with the goal of making life a little bit better for those in need. But one of the most strategic and innovative of those 1,900 is the Santa Barbara Foundation. Their mission is to make large-scale sustainable improvements in the community by matching funders with identified gaps in service, thereby transforming those great innovative ideas we all have into reality. Here to tell us more about their work and how we can all help is the President and CEO of the Santa Barbara Foundation, Jackie Carrera.
Thank you, Steve. You totally caught me, and I do remembering back to my Catholic school days when I got caught talking in school, and my name was called. Oh my gosh! Welcome, everyone, and good afternoon. It's so nice to see all of you in person today, and for those of you who are joining us virtually, welcome to you as well, and good afternoon. Steve, I have to tell you that between you and the Board of Supervisors and the staff at the County of Santa Barbara, it has been an exceptional partnership that we have had at the Santa Barbara Foundation with you all over the last 20 months. It's always an exceptional partnership, but especially over the last 20 months as we have been trying to navigate this pandemic together. And I think we're at the point where we're about to approach $1.5 million in small grants, small business grants to small businesses and micro enterprises throughout the county. And that's in large part due to the county and to you all. And I understand most recently we are just embarking on a partnership to support our child care centers. So important right now, and we're excited to do that as well. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you, say thank you to you and the staff of the county for all that you do. I also, while I'm in the business of thanking right now, want to thank our gold sponsor, Santa Maria Times. We are really thrilled to have your collaboration because it allows us to continue to support this event and this tradition, which allows us to honor people like Tim Murphy and John Will and Maggie Daney, who was our honoree from last year. I haven't seen her yet. Where is she? Yay, Maggie! We were not able to celebrate Maggie in person last year, and so we're so thrilled that we're able to recognize you today, just briefly. But as I said last year, we are just thrilled to be able to recognize you for all that you do for the Santa Maria Valley, but also because you allow us to highlight you as an example of what we can all aspire to be when we give of ourselves to our neighbors, to our friends, and to our communities. So I think, Jordan, do you have a little something for, or Carrera, somebody has a little something for Maggie that they're going to bring over to you in a second. And we just want to make sure that we recognize you while we have you here in person today. The Santa Barbara Foundation is grateful to be an organizing sponsor of this tradition of honoring people like Maggie, who are, through direct service and financial support, demonstrating outstanding civic and charitable work to make the Santa Maria Valley a special place. At this time, I'd like to recognize the former honorees who are with us today, and I haven't seen them all, so some of them might not be here, but I think everyone should be here. We've got Diane Adam, our own trustee of the Santa Barbara Foundation. I know Jim Bray. Jim Bray, where are you? Yep. Franziska Shepard, Peggy Blau, I'm not sure. Okay, great, great. And her husband, Dan, is also an honoree, and I'm not sure he's able to make it today. We want to recognize him, and Tom Martinez. And I know I saw Tom earlier today. To celebrate philanthropy. And who else? Mike Gibson. Oh, Mike. That's right, Mike Gibson. Who else? Oh, and Donna. Oh, my gosh. Donna, that's right. I just gave you a hug. To celebrate philanthropy is at the heart of the Santa Barbara Foundation. And a lot of people don't know, but it was up until the 70s, we were organized, led, and funded all by volunteers and philanthropists. It wasn't until the 70s that we actually had staff. And like so many nonprofits, we rely on volunteers to meet our mission, which has always been about supporting Santa Barbara County, enriching lives, improving quality of life, and helping everyone thrive. Our work extends from supporting basic needs like food, shelter, behavioral health, and healthcare, to supporting our social sector, our nonprofit sector, to helping donors and philanthropists meet their charitable passions and dreams and live them out. And then also to address challenges like our workforce is facing right now. And just yesterday, we had a virtual job fair that had over 120 people registered at last count, and I haven't gotten the final count. And that was done again in partnership with the County of Santa Barbara. And events like that and programs like that are organized in large part by Petra Gomez and Jamie Perez, who are on our staff at the Santa Barbara Foundation. If you could raise your hands just quickly, Petra, so everyone can see you, and Jamie back here. They are our amazing staff that are based here in our Santa Maria office, and I hope that you take the time to meet them today, get to know them, because they would love to work with you. Petra's also been working with the Workforce Development Board of Santa Barbara County. They just produced an impact report, a COVID-19 impact report, which talks about the state of our jobs and our labor force in the county, and that's going to really guide our work as we go forward. And speaking of partners, with us today, I know Kevin Walther, Alan Hancock has a table over here, and we are just so grateful to the college for what they've done through the pandemic, always what they do, but through the pandemic especially, with providing emergency aid and a lot of really invaluable education to our students, their families, and our Spanish-speaking communities. So thank you to Alan Hancock. For 93 years, the Santa Barbara Foundation has had the privilege and pleasure of helping individuals, families, and organizations live out their generosity and achieve their philanthropic wishes throughout Santa Barbara County. And it's people like Tim Murphy and John Will who carry on what I like to think of as a culture of kindness that makes the Santa Maria Valley so great. Interestingly, when I was reading the bios, and there's extensive bios of both of our honorees today, one of the things that jumped out at me as a common theme between the two is that they both care deeply about families, about kids, and about those in need. I also noticed that they're committed to sponsoring and supporting fun events like rodeos and golf tournaments, but things that really bring the spirit of the community alive. And I think most importantly, their commitment to sharing their passion with the next generation, their passion for philanthropy with the next generation, is something that jumped off the pages, and I was able to talk with Tim a little bit about today, something that's so important that we pass that passion along. Tim, where are you, Tim? Oh, there you are. I know, he's like this. Humble. Your volunteer efforts throughout the Central Coast, from the Elks Parade, the rodeo, Boys and Girls Club of Mid-Central Coast. Where is your table? I know you're, I knew you were, you are, right in front of me. Here in full force, to providing the financial resources and time to nonprofits like Jack's Helping Hand are amazing. So thank you. Yeah. And John, your efforts to support community education, sports and recreation, which is near and dear to my heart, by the way, my background throughout the region, and volunteering and providing support to organizations like the Parks Department. Alex Posada, I know you're here. I think I saw you in the back. To the Santa Maria and Orchid Library are also amazing. So congratulations and thank you to you as well. Before I wrap up, I want to say Jordan Killebrew is back there holding these lovely flowers that go to Maggie. Excellent. There's an empty chair. So Jordan Killebrew, Kara Shoemaker, and Sam Waterstone, who are in the back, are responsible for this lovely event that we're enjoying today. I just want to give them a shout out. And on behalf of Pamela Gann, the board chair of the Santa Barbara Foundation, Diane Adam, who is our trustee and former board chair. I know trustee Randall Day is here, and Phil Alvarado. Former trustees, Alex Posada, Donna France, and all the trustees and staff of the Santa Barbara Foundation. Thank you for being here today and taking the time to celebrate John and Tim as honorees of this year's Celebrate Philanthropy.
Well, thank you, Jackie. You know, she mentioned a phrase there, culture of kindness, when she's talking about John Will and Tim Murphy. And when you think about all the honorees, I started looking around, and that is the one virtue that everybody in that little community has. It's that culture of kindness. So for those of us that haven't been honorees yet, we got to kick our kindness up a little bit. So I also want to thank Jackie and the Santa Barbara Foundation, because although they've been in existence for 93 years, they've really made an effort over the last decade to move a lot of their focus north into the North County, where, as we all know, that's where a lot of the need is. So we do appreciate that focus. So it's now my honor to introduce to you a woman who knows all about kindness and volunteering in our community. In fact, it's difficult to go to an event where you don't see her with some kind of connection to it. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our mayor, Alice Patino.
This is quite a course to traverse here to get up to the podium. I don't know if that was by design or what. I feel so privileged today to be here with all of you. I guess I should be polite and take my glasses off. It's such an honor, and it truly is. You know, I want to take credit for the nice sunshiny weather. Steve was in charge of the wind, so just consider this a balmy breeze and you're in Hawaii or someplace and enjoying it. It is, you know, you look around this room, or I should say our garden party, just look around and you see people that have done so much in our community. And they're every place. They have been involved in the community for years and years and years. They didn't just pop up and get involved like last year, a couple of years ago. And it's just a place full of nice people. And that is really a privilege when it comes to Steve and I, because oftentimes we're in rooms with very not nice people yelling at us and telling us how damn stupid we are. And so I don't want you guys to do that today. I saw John Will the other day. I was driving up to the cemetery and he was in the middle of the street and I needed to find a parking place. So he pulled out a couple of the cones and allowed me to park in a no parking area. And the police do that sometimes in Santa Maria too. And he said, now, be sure you're going to say something nice about your good friend John. And I said, okay. So I went home and opened up my Merriam-Webster dictionary. And I thought, well, this isn't working real well. So I went to my thesaurus, which I've had since my college days. And then I thought, you know, this has to be very tasteful and very pure, and his family's going to be here recognizing him. So those accolades are going to probably be very short. I've known John long enough to know some of the things he's done. And Tim, I haven't known you that long, so you can just rest real easy on this one. But, you know, I go back to when I was on the school board and his father, Jay, was at one of the meetings. And he was giving something to the school district in the form of a basketball court. And he was giving it to the school district because he knew we couldn't afford that. And this is the kind of lineage John comes from. So I thank Jay and I thank Ann for the family they have and the family that's sitting here today, other than your baby brother is MIA, right? But I thank you so much, John, for what you have given to our community. And I'm just going to list a few things here. The People for Leisure and Youth, known as PLAY, and that's through our Santa Maria Recreation and Parks Department. And for 17 years, John served at the annual fundraiser dinner for special needs in our community. He's on the Santa Maria Police Council, which is really super neat because our policemen do a great job in the city of Santa Maria. What we can't afford at the city level, they put in at the police council level. The Boys and Girls Club of the Mid-Central Coast, Marion Regional Medical Center, Marion Hospital Foundation Board, Marion Hospital Community Board, the Santa Maria Valley YMCA, St. Joseph High School Board of Trustees. You know, a few years, probably around 3 or 4 years ago, I think Rick Hayden was our city manager. And I've been on the board at Marion, so I know all the good work John has done. Some stuff I don't list here. It's just that it's the right thing to do, and he goes out and does it. And so I guess we had something going on in the city, and John didn't get a permit for it. And so it was brought to my attention, and I go, you know what, just, you know, forget it. He can get the permit afterwards, or we can figure it out afterwards. And, you know, managers are very managing, and they want to make sure that all the T's are crossed and everything's dotted. I don't know if John ever did get the permit, but he was able to go ahead and do what he needed to do. And that's what he's done in our community. He's gone out there and he's done the things that are needed to do in our community. And a lot of these things we don't see. We don't see them And we didn't see a lot of things that Jay did in the community. They weren't listed. They weren't on a member of a certain board or the president of the board or whatever. They were things that they see needed done, and they fill that gap, and they just do it. And so we certainly appreciate you, John, in this valley, your family. It's really hard to say, but you are so important to all of us and to everyone here, and I hope you know that. I say John is sort of half related because when you're part of a Mexican family and your kid marries somebody's kids that related to John, so it's almost sort of related there, and I'm so proud to have known you and to know your family. Thank you, John. Okay, usually I don't do this usually. I just give out the awards and I smile. So how are we supposed to do this now? Is someone giving out the award, or what are we doing? Hey, Steve, do something about this.
I'm going to nominate Jordan to come up and...
Okay.
Well done, Steve. Thank you. That's management.
Do you want to give him the award now?
Go ahead. John, if you can go ahead and come up, can everybody give John F. Will a big round of applause?
Alice, I didn't want to get emotional today, but after what you said, I really appreciate it. And it's going to make it a little harder for me to get through my speech. But
they're not going to care.
I know. I'm glad most of you are real good friends of mine. Thank you, Santa Barbara Foundation, Santa Maria Times, and everybody that is here today to celebrate important people in this community. I'm excited to be here and accept the honor and the recognition from the Santa Barbara Foundation. The word philanthropy means, listen to this, Steve, the desire to promote the welfare of others in your community, expressed especially by generous donation of your time and energy to nonprofit organizations that support community needs. Think about that for a minute. All of us sitting here today, somewhere, somehow, give time and energy to the needs of people in this community. You do. You might not know it, you might not realize it, but you do. Why? Because nonprofit organizations that support our community need our time and energy. That's an important statement from me to you. I see a lot of people in the crowd today that have received this recognition in the past. My thanks to you for leading the way. Two of the people who could not be here today, my parents, Jay and Ann Will. They taught us why giving back to the community is so important. As the Santa Maria Times stated in the newspaper article, it's our family's DNA. It always has been. Jay created a legacy of giving back, and his children saw that and wanted to continue giving back in their own way. With a large family, it comes with a lot of friends like you. When the call went out for help, everybody showed up. Whether it was a fundraiser, something to support any non-profit organization in the area, if we called, everybody came. And that's a testament to friends, family, and the community of Santa Maria. This valley, as Steve said, is known for its giving and support of nonprofits. I would like to recognize a good friend of mine, Sue Sword, who passed away recently, for her dedication and support in giving back to this community. I'd like to share a couple of my philanthropy experiences with you. Time and energy. I spoke of it early. One day, Jay woke up the 5 boys on a Saturday morning at 6 o'clock. We were at St. Joe football field at 7 a.m. to put up the new handrails at the stadium for the 1 o'clock game. I was 13 years old. My brother Joe was 7. That's our family. It was only fitting that in 2008, we dedicated the stadium in his name. Jay and Ann received the honor that year for their philanthropy 13 years ago. My favorite philanthropy experience is when I received a call from Judy Lundberg and Alex Posada, wanting me to co-chair the Special Olympics fundraising dinner and dance at the Veterans Hall. Well, that lasted 17 years. They wanted to do the theme that year, one year, was Visit the Orient. They wanted to do a Chinese lion dance in a dragon costume. Well, I was 48 years old. I was the guy in the dragon costume along with a friend. Those sure were good times. Everything I did for the Valley was good times. All these fundraisers and board meetings couldn't have been possible without the love and support of my wife and my family. I also want to recognize my brothers, my sister, their spouses, 19 nieces and nephews, and all our friends who attended every function we requested. They have given as much to this community as I have. I'm proud to accept this honor on behalf of the Will family. Thank you.
Next, it gives me a great honor to acknowledge our other honoree. And lucky you, Tim, I haven't known you quite as long, so I don't know all the mischief you got into in your younger years. But I've known and I've seen you around with your lovely wife at the fairgrounds, involved in youth, always involved. You've been involved in the Boys and Girls Club of the Central Coast in several capacities, and notably the golf tournament that you started back in 1999. And organize. And then I see you when I'm in the parade at organizing the Elks Parade, and I realize now what a hard job it is, because those people that drive around with little carts telling us to get in line and we don't pay attention to them and how angry they get, and you're always there with that calm look on your face. I didn't know this, but that you've been involved with San Luis Obispo's nonprofit, Jack's Helping Hand. Well, let's go ahead. That does help with the expenses that fall through the cracks for families of kids with cancer or special needs that have to travel to LA or San Francisco. And if any of us have experienced that, we know how difficult it is when our kids, our grandkids, or nieces and nephews are ill. And this is a stress on all the family. Whether it's for the gas cards, whether it's for the hotels, whether it's special devices or wheelchairs, or building an all-access park for the Napoma Mesa for kids with disabilities. This is so important to the Central Coast. You know, we can all give to good causes and organizations at the state and national level, but to see the need and fill the gap that needs to be done here on our Central Coast in our communities is so important. And when people see that and stand up and do it, that is so valuable to our community. This is what makes Santa Maria Valley such a great place to live and to be part of a community. I am so proud to be mayor of the city of Santa Maria, where people are so giving and they see the need, they just get in and do it. You know, you go down south and they wring their hands in the anguish and they have another meeting to discuss whatever it is they're gonna do, and then another meeting. And so you could go, how many years? 10 years before you see anything even develop down there. But not here in this valley. People just get in and do it. And if they make a mistake, a little mistake, they can just tweak it and make it right.
They don't need a permit either.
Yeah. Just ask John. Well, you know, that's funny because I have a husband who did that, and so that was embarrassing for me, but I wasn't embarrassed about you. I thought that was funny. So, and government doesn't do this well anyway. Government doesn't do this well. We take too much time, and then we have to have hearings, and then people object, and then we have to move things around. But people that know that things need to be done, they get it done, and they do it. I see Alex nodding yes to me on that. And Tim has the passion for serving our youth. And what more important segment of our community to serve than our youth? And what is more important is that helping the kids that really need our help. You know, I see the common thread here also is family, how important family is. And when you consider not just your immediate family, but all the family we have here in the valley and on the Central Coast, that is so important. And when you treat each other as family and with the love and the warmth as family, it probably means a little bit more. But all of us really, we may not say it all the time, but we appreciate what everyone does. And Tim, we certainly appreciate what you have done in our valley. I forgot to mention I didn't know that you were on the San Luis Obispo Planning Commission. Oh my gosh. So those people usually hit the news, not good in a good way, but they usually hit the news. But you've stayed under the radar on that one, so congratulations. But Tim Murphy, thank you very much.
With this wind here, I don't know if you know, but I spent most of my career in Guadalupe, so I feel right at home with the breeze that's coming right down the tracks. First of all, I want to thank Alice for the kind introduction and all the nice words she had to say about me. I think she's a very appropriate person to be up here presenting this award because she's a real shining example of service to the community, and I want to thank Alice for her many years of leadership in the valley and everything that she's done. Thank you. I want to thank the Santa Barbara Foundation and Santa Maria Times for being our sponsors today and helping us all come together and celebrate philanthropy. The Santa Barbara Foundation has been around, I guess, for 93 years, and they literally give out millions of dollars every year throughout the Santa Barbara County. The Boys and Girls Club's often been recipients of their largesse, and we appreciate that and look forward to working with you in the future. I want to recognize my wife, Katie, and my son, James. They've been there supporting me for my many endeavors. I think Katie's probably put in more volunteer hours than I have over my lifetime. She's worked at she was our community 4-H club leader for many, many years. She volunteered at the Santa Barbara County Year Fair for 40 years, the last 15 years as the livestock auction coordinator, where she was responsible for all aspects of the sale of over 1,000 animals, generating over $2 million in proceeds each year for the youth of our community. And I think she deserves recognition for that. I know she just hated that, but I want to recognize all my fellow board members and the staff of the Boys and Girls Club. I appreciate you being here today. One of my goals is trying to help out youth, and the Boys and Girls Club, that is their goal and their mission, to help out the youth most in need in our community, and they're a shining example of what philanthropy and volunteerism can do in our community. So, I mean, what an awesome group to work with. Thank you. So I've been on the Boys and Girls Club board for 25 years, and it seemed like we spent an inordinate amount of time doing fundraising, but anybody that's involved in a nonprofit group knows what that's about. But our budget started out at about $500,000, and now we're over $3 million a year. And it's through the hard work and the volunteers and the giving of our board members and other people in the community that we've been able to expand our programs, the number of youth we serve, the programs we offer have really expanded. We merged with the North County of San Luis Obispo County. We're halfway through building a brand new clubhouse in Paso Robles, which is completely built with donations, including 3 years of operating money. So that's a shining example of what can be done. But as we all know, it takes more than money to make things happen. It takes volunteerism. And I've been on the Elks Rodeo Parade Committee for 25 years, or 10 years as the parade chairman. Our parade's put on by an all-volunteer committee of over 75 members, some of which have been there for 30 years. Without the volunteers, there would be no parade. The Elks Rodeo, I think most of us have been to that. They've got 400 to 500 volunteers to make that happen. They run the annual Queen Contest, which has generated $13 or $14 million over the years to go back to youth recreation in the valley. If you've ever been to the Elks Lodge for a dinner, the serving staff there is all volunteers, all the kitchen crew. They come out. They might work 2 or 3 dinners a week sometimes, and they do a great job. And it's just amazing amount of volunteers that make things happen in our valley here. And kind of my point to bring up these examples, there's a well-known saying, those who, I'm going to read it now. I knew I'd get to too much is given, much is expected. And I've been very blessed in my life and fortunate to be able to share my success with other communities. But whether you're giving money or devoting time, it takes both. You can't do it without volunteers, and you can't do it without the money. So I think it's important that we recognize everybody, has just been mentioned in the valley, that's made this valley what it is. It is I mentioned my already, it's a very, very giving community. I've been to many fundraisers. I recognize a lot of the faces from those fundraisers. And it's amazing the amount of money raised for the various efforts throughout our valley. It's incredible. In closing again, I guess I'd like to thank the Santa Barbara Foundation for this honor. I want to thank the people of Santa Maria for giving their time, their treasure, their talent to make this valley a better place to live. It's in this investment of time and resources that we're all here to celebrate today. So thank you, everybody, and thank you for the award.
All right. With that, I do want to recognize Lee Collier from Assemblyman Jordan Cunningham's office. Also provided some certificates from the state here. So cash those in while you can, you know. And I do want to say, I thought that was the meal, right? So I already ate the cake. I'm sorry. But there is a serving station back there that looks like, I think they're bringing them this way. I'm not sure how lunch is going. They're bringing it out? Okay, they're going to bring it out. I unfortunately get to go to the local area formation committee meeting, which is actually more boring than it sounds. Believe it or not, that's possible. So I'm going to step away, but one more time, please, for our honorees this year, for John Will and for Tim Murphy, please. Round of applause. So enjoy your lunch, and there's a tradition that the honorees pick up all the alcohol in the bar afterwards, so that's awesome. Yeah, that was a joke.